Hello everybody and welcome to Legal Concepts, educational videos for the study of law. This video will be looking at the case of Errington and Errington and Woods 1952, first volume of the King's Bench at page 290. Errington and Errington is a case that you will be looking at in early contract formation. And this is to distinguish between a unilateral offer and a bilateral offer and how that operates. So Errington and Errington is authority when we're looking at unilateral offers. One of the first things that we need to establish or talk about is actually what happened in the case of Errington and Errington. Here a young couple got married and the husband's father purchased a house for them to live in 1936. There was a mortgage on the property of £500, but the father had put down a deposit of £250. The couple were to pay the instalments on the mortgage, and the father said to the daughter-in-law to look after the book in which she made the instalments, and once the very last instalment was made, the property would be theirs. Unfortunately, the father passed away in 1945, and everything in his will was left to his widow. So the property that he purchased for his son and daughter-in-law was legally in his name, but there was this promise if they made the instalments that the property would be theirs. The father's wife unfortunately wanted the property. When he died, the husband moved back and lived with his mother, and the daughter-in-law was left residing in the property. The mother brought the action in order to take the property, and the question of law was, were they tenants or were they licensees? If they were tenants, then the property was the widow's. If they were licensees, then they had an equitable right to receive the property. Lord Dennin resided in this case, and he stated this: the father's promise was a unilateral contract, a promise of the house in return for the act to pay the instalments. It could not be revoked by him once the couple entered on performance of the act, but it would cease to bind him if they left it incomplete and unperformed, which they have not done. Therefore, the judges held that there was a right to the property as licensees because the father's promise to give them the property on them paying the instalments acted as a unilateral contract. This is the distinction between bilateral and unilateral, which is about performance. Therefore, what is the point of law? The point of law is that when it comes to a unilateral contract, performance of that contract must be complete. Once someone starts performing, the other person cannot revoke their offer, and completion of the performance completes the contract itself. This was affirmed in other cases later on, but Errington and Errington and Woods is good law to establish performance in relation to a unilateral contract. Therefore, to reiterate, when it comes to a unilateral contract, if performance has begun, then the offer cannot be revoked. That's the authority from Errington and Errington and Woods 1952. I really hope that you liked listening to this video, and please subscribe to this channel. The more people subscribe, the more videos that I will make, and you can also leave comments as to videos that you would like on certain cases or certain aspects of law. Thank you for your time.